Gang, how are you? It's another video posting here. Um, Crazy weather and obviously a lot of different factors that go on. But I know we had a couple of videos on 11v11, and I just figured it was important for us to do one on 9v9 since we still have some games left. So basically, from top to bottom here, you're looking at our defense, yellow guy's goalie. Okay, four mids and a forward. I think some of the biggest things that still need to work on the 4v4 side of things is that we tend to kind of leave a huge amount of gap and a lot of work for ourselves to do on the 9v9 side of things, especially in the middle of the field. And what I mean by that is, for instance, the black is the ball, red is obviously the other team. A lot of times, if a player's here, a couple of people will go mark them instead of just one of them. And it draws us out of position because all that does is allow the other team to be able to play that ball in the area that player was pulled out of. Now, again, this player here is not anywhere near as dangerous as this player here. Why? Because he's closer to the goal. Okay? This is more difficult for us to defend here. This guy over here is not doing a whole lot of anything just on the corner of the field. So we just stick to that one man defending him here. The forward can kind of slide in, but the main thing is that we're marked here so that if a ball gets played here, we're able to defend it, win it, and move forward. Some of the key things also to remember is working in the outside mid also coming in and helping out. Say the ball is on this area, in this angle over here, okay? Say this player comes over, we've got him marked up here, we're kind of got a balance here with these three players. The other outside mid cannot be all the way over here. They have to slide back in, okay? We kind of went over the defensive shape of broken L in 11v11. It's got to be the same concept here. These guys are making sure that we're covering this area and we don't have a whole lot of gaps. Okay, it's super important for us. If we do this, if they happen to switch the ball and come inside and take us on, we're in trouble. So we have to make sure that we're smart defensively. Once we win the ball, then we can spread out. Okay, then we stretch to find the easy option. And remember, if players are marked up, don't just feel like you have to go forward. We've talked about the possession game so many times. Possession is exactly what we have to do and what we need to be able to control a game. So instead of looking at this option and saying, hey, you know what? Both these guys are marked here. What can I do? Why not play it to this outside back right here? Okay? Open up. Get ready to go. We've got some spacing here. Maybe this outside back plays it to the center back. We swing it around the back, and now we've switched the ball, okay? And again, say these defenders switch over, no problem. Once again, because we're not right on top of each other, we've spaced out and positioned ourselves, center mid, super important to remember. We can drop this ball here, and this center mid now can play that ball diagonal to the other outside mid and can be able to attack. Always remember outside mid, same thing, we talked about this on the 11v11 side of things. It's the same concept, period. When you are attacking, I want you to get on, and the ball's coming from this side over here, the opposite side of where you're at. Your run needs to be on the inside of the defender. Okay? Why? Because this player, you're cutting off his path to the ball, one. Two, you've got a direct line into goal as compared to going all the way down the line and then having to cut it back in and going across. You've got to make sure that you take that inside path and now are able to go in and shield this player off. He's got a couple of options. I mean, he can foul you here or he can just continue to run with you, but you've got the inside track and are able to go in on goal without him having a lot of pressure on you, okay? Not affecting you too much. Say this other defender comes over, no problem. All you do, now you've drawn two defenders to you, you slot that ball across to this other forward, and then we've got a goal pretty easily, okay? Key thing is remembering how to be able to take those paths and those different lanes that we need to have. Making sure that you guys cut inside of these guys, okay? And when we're defending, you're always, forwards especially, you're always putting pressure on the ball. One thing I want to talk about as well, forwards, main thing for us, if we can, is say there's a couple of defenders here and the ball comes in from the outside mid and we're getting a ball played to us. If they play it here, we can't just stand here. Our job is immediately, as they're looking to play it, is go and get in front of this defender. Hold the ball up, and then from there you look to drop the ball off. So a lot of times we've talked, Lars and Ben, about using your body. You guys are big kids. You guys should be able to hold and stand up a player, okay? Body him up, post him up. Make sure that you control the ball. Don't just stick your foot in and hope you get to it. No, get your entire body behind the ball. Then make sure we control it, lay it back to one of the mids, and then we can attack. Same thing, outside mids. When we're attacking, say we're attacking on this side of things, okay? Say Ben holds up the ball after getting played from Jamison or whoever the left mid is, and we get a pass back. Outside mids, don't just coast over here. You should be making a diagonal run, okay? Diagonal run from your position towards the goal. That way they can play you a ball, and now that pass is in your path to goal. Much easier. All you got to do is either take one touch to control and shoot, or if you really want to one-time it, you go one time straight into the goal, depending on how much pressure is here, okay? But the main thing is to remember that you guys want that diagonal, okay? Diagonal run there. Make it dangerous on defenders. Put them under pressure. We spend a lot of time just dribbling outside and then doing a whole lot of trying to cross this ball into a small area, but we just don't have enough attacking players to be able to do something, okay? So why not be a little bit smarter or change up your runs a little bit to where as soon as this ball's held up here, when they drop this ball back and we go already moving now, before this guy has a chance to react, you've taken a touch and you've shot it and we're in on goal. Okay, super important there. Also, another thing, last thing that we're going to talk about here on the defensive end, okay? Attacking players are the red, okay? That's their team attacking. Main thing that we want to make sure that we do is to not let them get behind us. Same concept and same thing that we talked about on the video on the 11v11 side of things. We cannot let them get behind us or turn on us. I don't care what you have to do. This player right here does not turn and then go at us. Cannot happen. You body him up. If the ball's in the air, physical presence there, mids. I see a lot of this out of you guys, okay? A lot of you got mids. You cannot expect the defense to do everything for us. You guys have to be in front of them, helping out with the balls coming out of the air. I see very little win percentage or winning of the ball through our center mids in the air, right in between that gap between the midfield and defense. Drop deep enough, then attack the ball moving forward. Look how many players are around this player now. When we're defending, we don't get wide. We come central. We come compact, okay? Because we want to make it difficult and give them a little space, as much, shorten up the space as much as we can so that they are not able to then find a huge gap in here and then dribble in on us, okay? Everybody's in, making sure that we double and triple team. If there's a player here, one of the mids, you're thinking, hey, Maverick's got it, no problem. Help him, okay? Get in here. Double team this guy. Push him around a little bit, win the ball, and then as soon as that happens, outside mids, we're getting wide, okay? To try to find the space. Not only that, what you do by immediately moving up the field, it's not necessarily just going to you. What that does, it allows the outside back to now come into the attack, and now we're moving forward, and all of a sudden these guys are having to mark up a whole lot of players, so eventually somebody's going to have to come pressure this guy, and if that happens, we've got that pass coming in, and then we've passed the defense, we've beaten the defender. As soon as he comes in, once again, you start seeing the gaps. Biggest thing that I want to do over these next 6 months is start getting to a point where you guys start seeing runs happen. You start tuning in and linking up with your teammates and making sure that you guys are reading what the other person's about to do. If that can happen, I'm telling you, there's going to be so many easy goals that we'll have because we're on the same path, same wavelength mentally. Okay? But in order to do that, you guys have to keep possession of the ball. We have to continuously work the entire time because as we're working and we're getting ahead of it, what it does, it allows us a lot more time and space to play. If we were all still compact and this guy won the ball and there's pressure here, okay, this guy won the ball, there's pressure here. I mean, there's not many options that we've got. But if you guys went wide, outside mids, the forward got up, now all of a sudden, look, the defenders are going to travel with these guys. And outside back gets into open space. We see him play that ball through so he can run onto it. And then now we've got a 3-on-2 situation here. And now we're forcing one of these guys to come in and defend. And if it doesn't, outside back goes directly to goal. Okay? And if this forward or defender finally comes over last minute, it's a straight pass into our forward to go score. Okay? If there's another defender here marking him up, no problem. Like I said, mids, outside mids, you guys have to get into the attack. Okay? So if we're attacking here, everybody's marked up. We come in. As this outside mid comes diagonal, once again, same thing we talked about, outside in, diagonal, whoever this outside back is can play that player in, and once again, we've got a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, okay? We have to start creating better and better options for ourselves. Central Green, we have been so close to them the last 4 or 5 games, and we're not losing to them because they're better than us. We're losing to them because we're giving up mistakes, not taking advantage of our opportunities, and physically, we just get to a point where we start giving up a lot of easy opportunities and pulling ourselves out of position and out of shape. Okay, limit the mistakes. Make sure that we finish in front of goal and start making these types of runs and start getting on the same wavelength so goals come easier than us. Last couple of games have been very close. There's nothing different between that team and our team. In fact, I feel like we've got much more technical ability than they do. They're just athletic and they can work. We've got to come together. We've got to start evolving and growing as a team and learning how to play a little bit better, a little bit smarter, okay? And once that happens, it's super important for us. So remember, slowing down the game, using possession to slow it down. A lot of times what we do, we get the ball, boom, we just play it, we lose it, and then we're right back under pressure. Be patient. We did a good job of it. When we're patient, I'm telling you, we're so much better than that group. Okay? It just makes them exactly the same way as us. We take out their element of advantage, which is they've got a lot more speed, some more athletic players. Once we slow the game down, we're much more technical than them. Slow it down. Take your time. Find the opportunities, then from there we can be able to move the ball forward, and we've got to finish in front of goal. Key thing, if we start finishing in front of goal, it's going to be perfect for us, and a lot of good things are going to happen to us. Let me remind you of the game that we had against that Tennessee group, the Tennessee team that was undefeated. When we went down there, we were playing with no subs whatsoever, and we came and took it to that team. We were very strong on their mistakes. We took advantage of them. Ben got a couple goals here and there and stuff. All of a sudden, I think actually he might have scored all 3 goals. I can't remember, Ben. I'm sorry. But we got a lot of good opportunities, and we took advantage of it, and they were under so much pressure. We had only 9 players. And really, I remember Noah was sick in that game. Everybody was dying. But we played smart. We took advantage of our opportunities. We finished. we played a smart game. We defended well. Everything was smart on that game. So we'll talk a little bit more about this. There's drills I sent you. I want you to watch this as well. Work on those drills at home. And, you know, we've got a game coming up on Sunday that we need to be ready for. All right, guys. Thanks.